Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the SupFM podcast.
SupFM.
Streetwear's unsung podcast, sexy, unique podcast.
Streetwear's undying podcast.
I am one here. We're so dumb. I am one of your hosts, Chris Cheney. Across from me, virtually, we have my guy, Luke Trevisi. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Of course, we have Meanie in the background. Lawrence, unfortunately, is not with us at the moment. He got tied up in some things, but here we are holding it down. Another French episode for you.
Hey, it's me, the French guy.
For those of you who don't know, we call these episodes French when Lawrence is not here for really no reason, just because we just go off the rails. And
go off the rails.
Can't hold it down, really.
If you want to see a good episode, that's an example of that. Episode 102, Bone Town. It's my favorite episode that we've ever done. Please.
That was the first French guy episode, wasn't it?
I think it was the second. First one was like a while before that, and then this one was I think.
Man, I don't know. Either way,
Bone Town.
That's just some lore for you guys. We also have no guest this week. We were just guest heavy the past 3 weeks. This time it's down to the wire here.
How are you guys doing? We don't talk to you anymore. We talk to guests now. How are you, the listener, doing? We care about you. Did you cop the thing that you wanted to cop this week? We care about you. What is up?
Tell us in the Discord.
Link's gonna be in the bio.
Right. That's right. You know, if they're not on Discord, though, you can go to our Instagram, which has a link tree option to get to the Discord. But you can also follow us on Instagram at SupPodcastNYC. Luke, where can they find you?
They can find me at Trevizus, TROVEEZUS. I just released a video like a week ago. It's very dumb. You should check it out. It's the woo in the loo. You didn't watch it. You're a bad friend. I just found out my friend doesn't watch my videos. What about that? How are you guys doing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bad friend.
You can find Lawrence at LZD325. He might pop in the episode. He's not really sure. He's like out and about. He's kind of like, he's not at his station, so he might hop in his own cell phone, but there's no promises.
He's got some obligations that he has to take care of.
Yeah.
It's not like he's dicking around and just ignoring us. I promise you.
In the background, we got 3 Meanie, so follow him. I'm at Not That Cheney, CHENEY, and I do sort of, I just want to take a quick sip here real quick, Luke. I just want to.
Oh, that sip was sponsored by Spindrift Seltzer.
I'm just leading it.
Or it could be. It could be if you would fucking sponsor us, Spindrift.
Yeah, and now, they just came out with boozy seltzer?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's kind of get into it here.
Mm-hmm.
Before we do anything else, Luke, I think you have a little PSA that you want to give, though.
Yeah, listen, guys. Last week, we all know that in Atlanta, we had a little bit of an issue. At least we can say that's the least thing that we could say.
Yeah,
somebody had
that's
a
one way to describe it.
quote bad day. I don't really, I'm not surprised that it happened. This has been like kind of culminating for a while. There's been a lot of pushback against this. We feel bad for the 8 people that lost their lives that day. This podcast is against Asian hate. If you want to support that as well, you can go to stopasianhate, I believe, .org or stopaapi.org as well. It would help if you just donated, threw some money that way. There's going to be protests all throughout your local cities and whatnot. Join those if you can. I personally am not. I have not gotten vaccinated yet, so I'm going to stay safe, but I will be donating. So if you could donate, that would be nice. I've received a lot of good news from a lot of people reaching out. Really appreciate that. Yeah, man, we're going to become a stronger community out of this, I think. So, take care of one another, love one another, and stay safe out here.
That's right.
Now let's transition back into sneakers.
Yes.
Off-White, baby. What the fuck's going on over there?
You want to start with this?
I want to get it out of the way.
The rumor mill here is like, it's so far spread. First, it was 20.
Yeah.
And then there was a comment going around of Virgil, whatever post that was. Virgil commented on I think a Supreme Leaks post or so. I don't know, whatever the fuck it was. But he was like, I can't make 20 of those ugly colorways.
Yeah.
And then now there's 50.
It gets worse.
It's now, they're all going to be unique and numbered, which, that's always a great thing to hear. Unique and numbered means you're not getting it.
Yep. So this is the original that we saw online. This is like the leak.
Yeah, so we're looking at a sneaker news article here that claims that there was going to be 20. The 20 represented 20 dunks, Verge Wire dunks.
Right. What we actually got it's actually going to be 50 gray dunks with different laces.
So, Luke, how do you feel, bud?
Listen, as the one guy who said that it was going to be the 10 and then a new 10, right?
Yep.
At first, when I heard it was all dunks, I was like, ha, ha. I feel like I got the closest because I guessed 20 shoes, you know? And then I saw this and I was like, oh, I'm actually super disappointed. Super disappointed.
Why?
Well, you know, it's just gray dunks with different verge wires.
Well, you know, what's interesting is he hasn't really led us to believe that he would do anything more than this. Remember the trainer, the 408 trainer?
Yes, I was just thinking of that too, where he
so
the laces.
Change out the laces. I don't know. They're really doing a great job, and I mean they, as in just I guess the sneaker industry, with giving us really nothing and taking a mile out of the inch. You know what I mean? Like they're really doing. You think about
the bare minimum.
Yeah, but you think about trophy rooms, right? Yeah. What were the thing about those that were so special?
It's the limited amount of pairs.
The shoelaces.
Oh, the shoelaces. The blue shoelaces.
Right. So they're really finding ways of just selling us one thing 7 different ways, but we're like laces. That's it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, exactly. They're selling us laces in different ways.
The most identifiable thing about these are going to be the verge wire lacing. I mean, this is
what we've been fighting for, man. This is
it. This is what we've been fighting for.
This is what the sneakerhead community just needs to lean into. Now.
Just verge wire dunks.
Just verge wire dunks with different colors.
Gray.
Right, gray dunks, and then a little hint of individuality with the laces.
It's school uniform shit.
Right. See, what I'm hoping for is that when we get these as an actual release, you order a pair.
Yeah.
Order a pair on sneakers. You don't know what color you're gonna get. You're just given a color. That's the color you're given, and then you find other people that also have that color, and then you join a gang of those people. And then from there, the gangs start to take over the rest of the world, and then boom, just before you know it, it's off-white color gangs.
Damn. Oh shit, though. Lawrence in the fucking building.
Lawrence Deloach in the building. Is that Lawrence Deloach here on SupFM podcast?
No, it's Lawrence Deloach.
What's up, buddy?
It sure is, gentlemen. I'm so happy to talk to you guys. How's everything?
Good, man. Good.
We were just going over these 50 verge wire dunks.
Yeah, it's I think this is a sign that, that people are just truly bastardizing dunks and without they're whoring them out, and it's disgusting.
Oh yeah.
And it's embarrassing. I mean, the dunks look horrible. So they look, I mean, obviously it's the early stages of what the final versions will be, but they look terrible.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the 20 different colorways, or did you see the gray dunks with just the different laces?
Well, I saw the gray dunks with the different laces. I saw the black ones. I saw where they were like 50 or 50. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's embarrassing, guys. This is like, come on, dude. This is so fucking shitty.
Well, we just brought up how, if you remember, Lawrence, I think is the 408 trainer the actual name of that shoe? The 408, something like that. Yeah, the Louis ones. Remember how he had different drops all over the world, but the only difference was the laces?
Yes.
And, we were sort of just discussing sort of like the, if you had the real trophy rooms, you had the blue laces, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there seems to be like this theme of selling us sort of not what we want and having the special item be the laces. At least that's what I've seen recently, right? I mean, there's not many instances like this, but I mean, if you have 2 Virgil, and then these trophy room being a part of that scandal, it seems like the new business plan for some of these special releases. What, Luke?
The only thing about that is that Concepts has been doing the same thing for forever. But those
we talk about the lobsters,
even the Turdunkins recently. They'll have a special edition pair with special laces. So they're essentially kind of selling you laces. I mean, sure, like Concepts is a little bit different because of the box art, right?
Right. That was the whole story.
So I have to say that too. But
sure.
It's been kind of a thing for a while.
Well, I will say, and with the trophy rooms, remember the laces were kind of the plot against the scandal, if that makes sense. It was kind of like there was the scandal, and then Marcus was like, well, the real ones have the blue laces, but I think he just backdoored everything to the point where it was, the laces were just the throw ons at the end. We would see with Jordan 1s and certain, SPs where the laces were the variation, where, you can throw on different laces to give them a different, a different look.
Yep.
But in actuality, I think with these dunks, I think there's going to be people who take 50 losses, and then there's going to be people who realize that just dunks are, it's just that they're playing everyone right now with this shit. So yeah, it's
Nike doing
it's
Birdman hands.
Yeah.
They've been doing Birdman hands forever, bro.
Their
We should
hands
call
are
them Nike hands.
They're so red because they've been rubbing.
There's no skin anymore.
It's just bones.
Just bones. So
I mean, is this the nail in the coffin on dunks though? Is this it? Is this them really going like, okay, finally?
Never.
No,
I didn't think so.
You know, I know Luke knows that at the end of the day, dunks have been here for over 30 years. They're not going anywhere. They're just kind of whoring it out because they know that the masses will take whatever, spend whatever for these, for dunks. So
I think we will get a day a long time from now, maybe 20 years from now, where dunks will be on the shelves again. But this hype train is not ending for a while.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Yeah.
You know what really is annoying about these whole things? It's the rumor mill that you sort of have to like weed through in order to find the actual photos and stuff, and I know I've complained in the past about like, we'll see one shoe and it'll come up and we'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And, then 6 months later we get the second image and it's not even close to the original one we talked about. And then kind of towards like the actual release, almost like year and a half later, that's when we actually start seeing like real images and stuff. That timeline is sort of getting crunched together now because everyone loves this rumor mill. Everyone wants to be the first one to post whatever it is. I mean, with these unions is another great example.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Lawrence, I don't know, me and Luke were talking off mic just a second ago, but I don't know if you saw the Union 3s that we thought were real for a second, but they were actually just customs. Then there was other rumor pictures coming out where there's like a red and a bluish toned one. So it seems like the 3 is going to be the thing, but also can we even take this seriously now? Because one actually came out to be a custom. So that wasn't real. And the other one, who knows if it was a Photoshop or not. All these accounts that all they do is just Photoshop different colorways and shit. And people just think they're real.
Well, yeah. I think because we're in the social media age where everyone wants to be the first to break the story so they can get the likes, they can get the looks that, we're getting where, like we saw last week with the Travis Scott fragment ones, like we were getting, people, these were like factory pics. These were, at first we weren't getting the best pictures, but we're just getting it because of the social media, like push, if that makes sense. So that's what we're seeing now. We'll see a lot of like Chicken Wop on Instagram. And there's a bunch of other, Z kicks. Like, I don't know if they're the exact name, but we see them post these they may be sometimes they're reps. Sometimes, they're not the real ones,
right?
It's the rush to get it out there. And we realize how insane social media is. Like you said, like we saw the customs and everyone was like, oh, these are the new Union 3s. And we have to debunk that immediately. So you kind of got to take the shit with a grain of salt,
You know what? I might, Lawrence, I think I'm going to step out of your realm. I think Luke might be able to empathize with me, though. Doesn't this remind you of like when a Pokemon game comes out and there's all these rumors and the rumor is crazy, and then finally we get like the confirmed meme?
Yes. Yeah, just like that. Right, Lawrence? We all know.
Yeah. Right.
Don't you hate it? Don't you hate it when you're looking at the new Pokemon game and you see some fake Pokemon? It's the worst.
Bro, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, all of that shit, man. You know me.
Yeah, man. Right.
You know me. That's right, Lawrence. We do know you as the DBZ Pokemon guy for sure.
That's right. If you have an anime podcast, Lawrence will do it.
Did you guys see me in Central Park looking for the Pokemon that day? I was with those guys. We were all trying to find a new Pokemon.
You know what's funny is if you were, oh man, I harken back and I wish I was there that day in Central Park trying to get that Charizard. What a better time.
Yeah. What a time to be alive, guys.
But to sort of go off this, I mean, do we actually think that Union's doing a 3 or no?
I still don't. I'm thinking 6 or 7 still. I've got my fingers crossed, baby.
So Luke's delusional. Lawrence, what do you think?
Oh, I'm delusional. Okay.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I would love for you to do Jordan 2. It would not shock me if they did a 5 or a 6. I think with the 3s, because we're getting the Amanir joints in a couple of days, that I don't know if we're going to get a Union 3. I would love a Union 3, but it's all speculation, man. They fuck around and do a Trainer 180 type shit, We don't know.
Yeah, they might. Who knows? I mean, they have, people forget that they did the Zoom in the other shoe along with the 4. So there might be one of those coming out with this release. I assume they're going to do more than just one Jordan, but we'll have to see going through. Just to stay on the idea of rumors, I guess it's not really rumor if he said it himself, right? So Jerry Lorenzo was talking about how he might work on a Yeezy.
Yeah, on some unnamed podcast that we will never name on this show.
Yeah.
Involves
No.
I'm not going to say names. I'm just going to say that we heard on a show that Jerry Lorenzo was, entertaining the thought of a Kanye West Jerry Lorenzo, collaboration for a pair of Yeezys, which, I would be very excited for.
I was going to say, you guys got to remember, Jerry Lorenzo did a lot of Kanye's, prior designs and stuff like that in the past. So this is almost kind of like, this is something that kind of should be expected. If Nike's doing, as Chris would say, what, triple collabs or double collabs?
Right.
Then why can't Adidas do this shit now?
Well, you know what I was going to say too, is like, it's interesting. Now I might be behind. I don't really know where I am in the grand scheme of things, but like you pointed out, I have been sort of noting that these triple labels or whatever you want to call them, these like 3-way, I don't even know how to categorize them because they're not, it's not triple label because they're not labels. It's like 3 entities sort of doing one thing, right? It's happening more and more often. Because now it's like, so the Sakai models are going to get some new treatment, right? Because I saw a Sakai clot.
And a Sakai fragment too.
Right. Yeah. So like these things are sort of becoming more established, I guess, silhouettes in their own, right? So it's not that Sakai gets their own like special thing or whatever, and they just get to keep it. It seems like Nike is spreading that throughout the ecosystem that they have. Jerry Lorenzo even getting PJ Tucker a player edition. There's not many instances where a designer silhouette gets a player edition. I think that's actually the only one. Excuse my ignorance if that's not the case. But it's interesting to just see the business of collaboration evolve because one person can only hold so much hype for so long.
No, I mean, we've talked about that in the past. I think, sometimes you do have to do different things to spice it up. But I think, Kanye, he did it with Nike and granted that was a 3-4 year stretch, but I think it can be done. But I think you do have to spice it up. Like you said, like you have to add an extra guy, do something different, bring 2 brands together. The way that the collab game is changing, man.
Yeah. I mean, because it's not hype unless it's a collab. But now when you just collaborate with somebody, it can be meaningless unless you say something or tell a story, which is the real third label. If you ask me, like the story should be just as important as the silhouette and the people doing it. But whatever, they're noticing that like they can't keep the singular person doing the one thing going. Now, I guess because no one else has touched a Yeezy, right? So that would be the first sort of thing on the Adidas side. I guess it would have to be a basketball model. So like a Quantum, right?
Maybe.
Because he's Adidas basketball.
Correct. But if he's doing it under the label of Fear of God, then does he not have to do a basketball shoe? Yeah. Is he Jerry Lorenzo, head of Adidas basketball doing a Quantum, or is he Fear of God Jerry Lorenzo doing a 350? From my understanding, it was sounded like it was a Fear of God Jerry Lorenzo working on something from Yeezy Camp.
Well, I can see that because we got the Virgil Off-White stuff. Off-White was splattered all over, the 10. So, Nike Off-White collab. So I can see Jerry doing, still having his Fear of God and plan on that as well. Imprint on it.
A Jerry Lorenzo, a Yeezy 10?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Look at me with the bad takes. Hey.
You know what it is, dude? It's like I kind of feel bad for Adidas, man, because they're like, if Nike's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Adidas is like the DC universe. Where
somebody just got HBO Max for the weekend.
No. I'm not watching that 4-hour movie. I don't know if I could do it, but I feel like they're always playing catch up, man. If they do that, it will just look like they're trying to follow Nike, and they can't keep doing that, man. They're gonna not catch up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
There's not Adidas just needs to figure out how to design a sneaker before they try to do some shit like that, man. Nothing on the court from Adidas is being walked off the court on. You know what I mean? Like no one's wearing that shit.
Oh, because everybody's wearing fucking Jordan 35s off the court.
I bet there's more people wearing Jordan 35s than any James Harden shoe off the court.
Okay.
You know why your opinion is skewed? Because we live in New York City. And I think that's the thing. I think if you go to, if you Houston when James Harden was a Rocket, or you go into certain parts of the country, I don't think everything is a Jordan 1 or everything's a Jordan, it doesn't even have to be a 35, but I'm sure because if no one was wearing the model, then I'm sure Adidas or Reebok or whoever or Under Armour will have to look at the bottom line and say, no one's buying these. And granted, they are basketball sneakers, but I still think there are people who wear them. It's just not maybe in Brooklyn or Queens or Manhattan.
Yeah, no, that's a great point.
So are you saying
sometimes
now with James Harden in New York, are we going to see a spike in Harden basketball sneakers or walking around?
No, but
okay.
One thing to note now, say what you will about James Harden as a basketball player, whatever, he is a frequent strip club goer.
Mm-hmm.
I would be interested to see how many more girls are wearing James Harden shoes in New York City. See what I'm saying?
I don't even think James Harden wears James Harden sneakers, to be honest with you.
James Harden wears his sneakers on the court, and that's it.
My man ain't wearing that shit off the court at all.
Well, also, it'd be a little concerning if I saw a girl wearing one of James Harden's sneakers, because that would mean she has very big feet.
Or that she saw James Harden recently.
Why would he have? I don't know, actually. If you're kind of like a Playboy bachelor type, you should have a couple extra pairs of shoes for house guests, I guess.
Jeez.
I don't. What? Wait, I said it out loud. And Chris, what the fuck are you talking about? Lawrence, do you know what he's talking about? Why would anybody walk around? Why would anybody?
No, that's the joke. I'm saying my man's going to strip clubs in New York City, fucking bringing his shoes, going, girls, you got it.
Here you go, girl. A size 13 Harden 5, something you've always wanted.
No, they make that shit in women's size, I think, but whatever. It's just a funny thought. Now
why
that all
would he have women's sizes on him? That's the weird part.
You got a closet in his house. You didn't know?
Ridiculous.
Size 4 to 8.
Okay. Did you hear about Yeezy being worth $6 billion?
Yes.
I did.
Did you hear about this?
I did. And a lot of it, I'm sure, has to do with his Gap deal and then the Adidas.
Yeah.
But I mean, to see the I guess, life doing a 180 for him and him, going on, Sway and all these other places, a few years ago, begging for money and talking about how broke he was. And now to see him do this, it's really, I hope his mental health is really good because, this guy is one of the, most influential people, not just artists or musicians or anything, but people in the last 20 years. So,
Yo, he's gonna put foam runners in. He's gonna put foam runners in the Gap or Walmart somewhere. He's gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just don't like how people aren't giving him his props about it. The MAGA shit, Trump, whatever. He's still a pivotal figure in not only sneakers, clothing, music. I mean, he's just like fucking.
I mean, you gotta understand, it's different for sneakerheads, streetwear people. They've seen Kanye for a while. Like, we've seen Kanye for a while, right?
Yeah.
The average consumer of Kanye products is like, I guess, the music or anything like that. I don't know how in depth they know. They don't know about the jacuzzi thing with Kim. What do they know?
What's funny? I'm gonna say this because I don't know if you guys went through it, but I went through my phase where I thought I was Kanye West, and I have a lot of photos from that era where where I mimicked his style and some of the things he did, and I look back on that, and that's one thing I'm always gonna say is like this guy was from 2004, 2005 to 2013ish. He people look to him for the trends. People look to see what he was wearing, whether it was Givenchy, whether it was fucking Dancy hats, Yeezys, but he had that polo. Louis, like he had this style, and like you guys said, you gotta still give him his flowers.
Lawrence, are you asking us if we went through a Yeezy phase when my Instagram handle is Trovisas? Are you really asking me that? Like, I appreciate that guy.
Look, I'll say when I popped my collar at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out. I tried. I didn't have the confidence like Ye did in that video, but he's definitely like made me give some stuff some shots,
Kanye made me
Mhm.
believe you could dress like an anime character in real life.
Well, because
That's
yeah,
awesome.
he was dressing like an anime character.
Exactly.
But all right, so this is my thing though. Even if like, you know, us under, I don't want to call us underground, but whatever the fuck you categorize us as, like streetwear, sneakerhead, fashion, you know, whatever styling, what I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to call me. Jay-Z did a deal with Square or Cash App, like whatever that dude is, the Square guy. He sold part of Tidal to Square, whatever, right? Now everyone's like fucking going, oh, Jay-Z's the best, Hove, whatever. Not a fucking word from those guys about Kanye doing this shit.
No, because we celebrate Jay in a way. We celebrate him because he's got this life, and if that makes sense, like he's married to Beyonce, like he's known arguably as the greatest rapper of all time.
Mm-hmm.
The moves he makes, you know, and you know, this Brooklyn guy who's so shrill and smart and making these business moves, and he hasn't had the outburst of as Kanye did. And I think that's why when we see Jay, you know, sell his champagne, we looked at him and we're like, yo, that's fucking Jay, man. He's a fucking billionaire. And we look at Ye and it's like, when's this nigga gonna have a breakdown soon?
Yeah.
You know, even with who he married, you know, versus who Jay married, we looked at that and we were like, it was a knock against Kanye. And, you know, Jay married Beyonce and everyone's like, oh, well, Kanye married Kim and it's a reality star and she's this. And I think Jay has the love of the streets, where Kanye doesn't.
Yeah.
Kanye doesn't have the love of the streets. Kanye's got motherfuckers who they, you know, like Luke said,
buy Supreme
anime
mics and fucking and wear yellow beanies. They got me. He's got me.
Kanye allowed dudes that weren't hood to really shine, and it took Kanye like 3 years for him to finally get a street single, and you can't tell me nothing. Whereas Jay was, I mean, that's how we knew Jay. You know, Jay was, streets loved Jay, and Jay then kind of mainstreamed it. But I mean, they're two different guys, but they're both, you know, we know they're both talented. They're both fucking billionaires, and it's awesome to kind of see that come through.
Was Can't Tell Me Nothing on Graduation?
Yes, it was.
Okay, just want to make sure I had the timeline there. Well, yeah, I mean, I was just kind of tight when I first said, like, because everyone was going like Jay-Z, and then they're like, oh, Kanye is the richest black guy in America. There was crickets, bro. What's cool is that when Frank was on, he joked about the dumplings being like the 10th version of that shoe or whatever. But Lawrence, it also goes back to you, I think, originally bringing up the idea that like are Yeezys sort of competing with the status. Actually, I don't know if it was you. I know we had the discussion. What, with Air Forces? Was that you, Luke?
No, I said Air Jordan 1s. Yeezys are like competing with Jordan 1s. Like the reason why we have so many Jordan 1 releases is because of Yeezy 350s or something like that.
Am I misremembering? Lawrence, I think you were the one that was sort of like, yeah, it's kind of like taking over as a staple sort of in the Air Force One area.
Well, what I was saying was, well, if I was correct, I think it's for younger kids.
Yes.
This is their Air Force One, the Air Jordan 1, even though Air Jordan 1s are still loved. A lot of kids want a 350 because it's a status symbol. It's comfort. It's the thing that, you know, these kids love. Whereas maybe when I was their age, I wanted Air Force 1s, I wanted Jordan 1. So it's a cycle of life.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't mean to cut you off, but, you know, I am, for the listeners out there, you know, I just want to say, I'm sorry, I'm not here for the whole podcast, but I do have some family issues I need to take care of. Hug your parents, love your parents, make sure that they're good. Also, the other thing I just want to say, guys, before I get out of here, you know, I don't know if you guys talked about it, but we gotta stop the Asian hate, because the shit is like hurting me, you know, to see all this stuff. So
yeah, we talked about it up top. Appreciate the words, man. Appreciate you coming in, even though you're kind of in a situation. You know, go back to you doing what you got to do, and we'll catch up with you later. All right, bud.
Yo, y'all the best, man. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Later, bro.
All right, my guy.
All right, later.
My guy.
Lawrence Deloach, everybody. You can find his new podcast, I Hate My Job, on all listening platforms.
All DSP.
He just had Mike Cannon on last episode. It was very funny.
Yeah, Mike's great, and so is Lawrence in that new podcast.
Yes.
He's had a couple good ones. I haven't listened to any, but the guests are good.
Are not us.
He's done talking to us, bro. He's had enough.
He's had enough of talking to us. One day he'll have us on when we're all famous.
I mean, all right, let's just go back to the six. I think I have a point, though. I don't like how people aren't showing him the love that he deserves. That's it, though.
Here's my comparison. Now that Lawrence is gone, I can do this comparison. Jay-Z picked Charmander, right? Kanye picked
Squirtle.
Bulbasaur, a widely respected Pokemon by a lot of the community, but not more than Charmander. So every decision from that point on has affected where their lives have gone.
I mean, okay. I'm not mad at that analogy. I don't know how I feel about him picking Bulbasaur.
Well, he's got to pick the enemy. You can't pick water. Jay-Z's the guy that everybody loves. He's got to pick Charmander. Yeah,
but now grass is weak to fire. You're saying Jay is weak to Ye?
No. Ye picked Bulbasaur.
Oh, so Ye is weak to Jay.
I mean, yes. And if we're looking around, I guess so.
But there is an argument to say who's like got a better career, I think.
All right, listen, if you want to get technical with it, technically, Bulbasaur is one of the more optimal choices when you're choosing your starter, but nobody appreciates it as an optimal choice.
Also, he's really fast for a grass Pokemon.
Listen, he's one of the fastest grass Pokemon in the game.
We're losing so many listeners.
Don't worry about it.
They're like, why are they just doing this?
Don't worry about it. Hold on, we'll get there. We'll come back around. We'll circle around. It takes real genius to circle back around from this, all right?
It does.
So it's the most optimal choice is to pick Bulbasaur. Everybody knows that because you get the first gym, boom,
rock,
out of the way, rock, water, gym,
then water,
out of the way,
electric,
gym, electric, not effective against your fucking Venusaur. Get it out of my face, all right?
No, and then you got green on green action, grass on grass crime on the fourth gym.
Yes, exactly. And you could pick up a Vulpix or some shit along the way. You'll be fine.
you pick Vulpix out of all the
out of the fire Pokemon, yeah.
Okay.
And you'll be fine. And then it goes from there. And then,
all right, let's get off. We're just gonna go down Pokemon rabbit hole, dude. We gotta get off this.
And then eventually you look around you after you've played video games for too long. You look up and boom, it's Air Max Day. Now we're back in the podcast, baby.
So, all right, update me on what's going on with Air Max Day.
Okay, so we didn't really talk about it much, right? We had the generational shoe that we saw. We're really feeling it. We had the Bacons.
Everyone fucks with the Bacons.
Everybody fucks with the Bacons. Can you explain to me, since it's just you and me here?
Yeah,
I'll feel like there's less judgment. Can you explain the thing with DQM and the why it's such like a big deal?
Well, all right. So there's a thing with Dave, that Dave's Quality Meats.
Right.
That was such a New York shoe.
Yes.
I learned about it after. So you got to remember, what year was that? 2006?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Was that what it was?
I think it was 2006, 2007.
Either way, I'm in Boston.
Okay.
So at the time that these sneakers were coming out, I'm getting residual like information. You know what I mean? Like, this was at the time where like you still had to
17 at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were like, how into like the design world were you at that point? Not much, right?
Well, all right. So 17. No, I'm in high school. So I'm a skater kid in suburban Massachusetts. You know,
in trouble with his graffiti book.
Yeah, actually, yeah, kind of. That's when
Why are you acting like I don't listen to you?
No, I'm just trying to I'm thinking about the timeline. It's not you. I'm just trying to think like what I was doing. So I only learned about that shoe not after. So, okay, here's what it was. It's 2010. I did an internship in Brooklyn. So I spent a summer in Williamsburg, and that's when I found out about a lot of these shoes.
Okay.
But the thing around that shoe, I think also has to do with not only the store gimmick. I say gimmick loosely because it's a very good store concept. It's a very great concept store.
But yeah, exactly. It's still a gimmick technically.
Yeah. But
you in the door to see
Dave's Quality Meats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dave's Quality Meats was a shop that looked like a butcher shop from the outside. So the Bacons, of course, was a slam dunk as far as the theme, and the color was great. So there's plenty of things about that. But a lot of people don't think, I don't know that they know, is that so Dave of Dave's Quality Meats actually got pushed out of the business.
Yeah.
That's why they started calling it just DQM.
Right. So at Dave's Quality Meat, you would say there was
beef. You suck. I hate you. Oh my God. You're the worst podcaster that's ever podcasted. Woo. Okay. This episode was worth it. This episode's great. You stink though.
I know I do. That's why you got to have somebody on here that makes those jokes. All right.
Yeah, that's true. What a
so there was
French episode.
there was beef. There was like, wasn't there like a financial dispute at some point?
Yeah, and you know what? I don't want to get too much into it.
Right, because you can't. You're just like.
Not only was I not here, I don't know those guys. Like, I'm friends of friends with them. You know what I mean? Like, I think I've been in the same room with some of those guys a couple times, but I'm not. I don't want to be the guy just kind of spouting business like that. But so, I think a lot of the hype is also there because they brought Dave to do the release back.
Oh, Dave's working on this one?
Yeah, Dave. Yeah.
I didn't even hear about
That's
it.
not.
I thought Kevin Bacon was working on it.
No. He fell for a Photoshop.
Yeah, somebody Photoshopped in our Discord. I see you, Alex.
I don't want to. I'm pretty sure he's like helping promote it.
Okay.
Which to me means that he was like working on it at some level. So I don't want to. Maybe I'm misspeaking. I'm not sure. But either way, that is also the time difference between when they're released and now, you know what I mean? That's long enough to be like, oh shit.
Right.
Even if you're a kid who doesn't know like a lot of the DQM stuff or like even been to the store or whatever, like you could see the push that Nike's giving you. So you're just like, probably complacent with the hype and going like, oh, these are tight,
Yeah. Yeah. I for one think they're tight, but that's because the hype told me to.
Yeah.
The hype told me to say it's hype. No, it's cool. It's a very cool sneaker. I remember like being in Flight Club and like in like the 2010s and, you look at a wall of Air Maxes and then you see the Bacons, like every time you look at that Air Max wall, the Bacons will always stand out. And I always thought that was cool. But yes, I like those. Did we talk about the Clot Air Maxes? We haven't, right?
No, because they stink. We're not into them.
Because we're not into. You don't like the clear shoe either.
No, it's you know what? All right, so conceptually, I'm more down with that than I am with other clear ones because there's a sort of a story around it. Yeah. But yeah, clear in general, like I'm cool. I don't want to have to like. I know you should be matching your sock. You should like when you think about outfits, like the sock's important. But I'm not trying to show anyone my sock.
That's true. I don't want to show people my sock. We were talking about like the history of the clear shoe. Is that like do you know who had the first one?
If my memory serves me right, which usually it doesn't, I believe
you're 0-500 right now.
Yeah, I'm 0-50 like the Virgil. Also, isn't it funny that they're doing 50 after he had the $50 donation thing?
Oh my God, he's keeping it a Virgil with us.
He's keeping it 2 Virgils.
Just one Virgil.
One Virgil here, but 2 Virgils with us.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, so I think it was the Espo Air Force 2s.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the Invisible Womans.
Right.
Which have nothing to do with Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
Right? They just called her that because her ship is clear. That's not actually why they made the clear shoe.
They made it because it's the blue. It was like a light blue, and then it had like it was Invisible Woman because he was invisible like the invisible. Hold on. Invisible Woman. What are you talking about? It's because of the blue. It's the blue that makes it the Invisible Woman, I think.
Because the sky is blue and her ship is
you're thinking invisible. Of Wonder Woman. You're thinking of Wonder Woman's invisible ship.
Invisible
Woman from Fantastic Four.
Oh,
that's why it's blue.
Oh, Invisible Woman, Wonder Woman. Okay. Yeah, invisible ship. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm
misogynist, Chris Cheney.
Yeah, I'm back. And I'm with you guys now.
Disrespecting women left and right.
On
Streetwear's ultimate podcast.
Streetwear's unsung podcast.
You also you got into a fight with your girlfriend about something this week about ripples.
What did I get in a fight with her about? Oh, no. Okay. That's funny. She was asking me about one of my pairs of shoes that I had, and she described it as the shoe with the paint chipped off of it.
Now, as a listener, hey, checking back in with you, listener. How you doing? Have you listened this far? Good for you. What do you think a chip paint effect on a shoe is? Because in my mind, that's like a cement or an elephant print. Chris, what did you say to her?
I don't know any shoes that have paint chipping on them.
You're a fool.
I don't know if I am because
You're a fool.
No. It's about verbiage. And I'm not saying that she's wrong in the way that she described it. I'm just saying when I think of the Jordan 3 or any cement, I think of elephants.
Right.
Now, we literally had to, after we probably took about 5 minutes of us trying to like figure out where we were like playing mind meld with each other. I was like, Jordan. She was like nail polish, and we had to like work our way to figuring out it was the 3s.
God.
But when we put them up side by side, I get it. But if you're thinking about, because I don't like my shoes to look old or chip and shit like that. I try to keep my shit pretty pristine. That's why I was like, yo, there's no fucking way any of my shoes have paint chipping.
Yeah, the Boston in you came out, and you thought you were being attacked.
I was. I thought my integrity was being tarnished.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that she was attacking and slandering my character.
Right.
I just wasn't having it.
You were just overreacting.
Yeah.
Now, earlier in the episode, you were talking about you took a sip of Spindrift, right?
I did. I'm still doing it.
But it's crisp taste of Spindrift right there.
Yep.
You also tried the Cacti Travis Scott seltzer, right?
Yeah. So, all right. So, I was also talking with my girlfriend about the seltzer.
Uh-huh.
And so they have a store locator.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. And I think it's bullshit. Don't actually go there and thinking that any place that it says it's going to be there is, because there was a deli, literally like, Luke, the deli, like the closest deli to me, it said it had it. And I went in there and there was none, right? So I kind of gave up. It was sort of like a half joke that's like, oh, let's go search for the hype Travis Scott seltzer.
They backdoored it. Your bodega backdoored the Cacti.
I was joking. I was like, yo, maybe they did resell the... because it's not here and it's saying it's here. But then last night I'm regular grocery shopping and I walk by the seltzer section. I just see a stack of them.
Hell yeah.
I'm seeing headlines that they are sold out.
Where? No,
I don't. Yeah, I saw they're like, people are joking like, how much can you resell a can for? Whatever. Various headlines places. Doesn't have to be true or whatever. But I go home, grab a regular 6-pack. This is the only seltzer I get. So Travis Scott has 1 point. Spindrift has 0 at the moment because I fucking GR'd the Cacti seltzer, but I couldn't get the fucking hype Supreme Drop Spindrift.
Your move, Spindrift.
Yeah, your move, bitch.
Your move.
Right now, Travis Scott got you.
We're going to be hitting up Cacti for some fucking sponsorship.
No, they taste really good, guys.
They do?
Yeah, they're good.
Which flavor did you get?
There's a variety pack. There's a lime, there's a pineapple, and there's a strawberry. All right, and all of them are good.
Okay. Which one did you like the most?
I'm gonna have to say pineapple, I think.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm sort of infringing on Kombucha Poppy's area where we're reviewing bubbly drinks, but no, like that shit is good. And you know what? The 7%, I'm here to party. All right. Let's fucking get into this. Let's rip one down for Travis Scott.
It seems like it was marketed towards you, honestly.
Yeah, it was. It was. I have many of seltzer taste, and it's good. Is that a sentence? I don't know what that was.
I have many felt seltzer taste.
I have many a seltzer taste, and it was good.
And it was a good one.
God, it is so wild to me. Some of the areas of topics that we get to talk about based in streetwear. Yeah.
Did you see Evangelion? Evangelion's doing a collection with somebody right now.
Evangelion is the most hoard out IP I've ever seen in my life. The licensing on that, I just don't understand.
Travis Scott Evangelion collection?
Wait, are they really?
No, if they imagine.
Oh.
That would be the 2 most hoard out brands.
Yeah, how about you Photoshop it and post it and everyone think it's real?
I'll do a reverse dunk, a reverse swoosh dunk of the Evil One, that purple and green.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
We got there.
We got there. It took a minute. I forgot I forgot anime for a second.
I'm sorry, guys. This French episode's going crazy. We're
going crazy. No. The problem is that you're not secure in yourself right now. You got to believe this is a good episode. You gotta believe. Just like we all believe in these NFTs, these non-fungible tokens.
So all right. So the NFT thing, I'm so enthralled. I am trying to learn every day about what this is. Because to me, if we take this seriously as artists and force this to be the norm, it's going to change the way we sort of process art generally forever.
NFT being non-fungible token, pretty much being able to trade art via cryptocurrency, if I'm not mistaken.
It's sort of it's art that has that's on the blockchain that sort of has embedded ownership to it. So if I sell something on the blockchain to you, Luke, and then you want to go sell it to Lawrence, my information's still embedded in it, so I get a part of the profit.
Oh shit! Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's fucking amazing. But the interesting thing to me is, and I'm trying to figure out where it comes into the topics that I'm sort of into. So not only like design, art, right? Vectors and that sort of thing. I'm sort of like, okay, how do we do this? Because if I sell you a vector, right, on an NFT blockchain, you can change that in Illustrator.
Right.
So it's interesting. There's a lot of ethereal topics. I don't know, like how do we listen to music, podcasts, like shit like that, like stand up clips, albums, things like that. Because you also need a visual component to it if you're doing it correctly, right? So you do the album before you do the special, but the special, how does that look? Also, so you have things like line art, then you have the actual sneaker, the photo of the sneaker. There's just so many things going on. I'm trying to pay attention as much as I can and learn as much as I can. But NFTs sort of at its base is really going to be interesting to watch how it plays out.
Yeah. We saw Gucci's kind of doing something similar already with those shoes, right?
Yeah. So they're sort of dabbling in. All right. So for the listener, I think I might have just brought this to a whole other place because I also don't exactly know what I'm talking about when it comes to NFTs, but
that's why we're going here, baby.
So Gucci is doing not an NFT thing, but they are going to start selling virtual sneakers through augmented reality. So you can try on shoes.
Right.
For, going back full circle, sort of like what Pokemon Go is.
Yeah. See, told you, we're good at this. We're good at this.
Yeah. So I'm kind of bullshit at them though, because you have to pay $12 just to try the shoe on virtually. Fuck you. Just give it to us for free.
Right. That I understand. That I understand why someone would be upset. I am not surprised that it's happening, of course.
Gucci, you already have all the money.
I just, you know what I want to do? I want to walk into an establishment with no shoes on, and they'll be like, "Hey, you got to have shoes on to be in here." And I turn on my phone. I'm like, I am wearing shoes. You just can't see them.
It's so. And there was another app. I think that there wasn't the sneakers app doing that for a second.
No,
I feel like there was.
You're thinking of Goat. Goat.
Goat. You could do it on Goat.
Yeah, like
and then
AR shoes. Yeah.
And then I think out of at least the scope of my algorithm, Off-White had that thing where you could try on the glasses that he was having coming out on Instagram with the filter.
Yes, that's correct. You could do that. I remember there was also a filter with quotation marks, and you lost your shit about that.
I was really mad about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'd be more surprised if I think what we're going to start seeing is kind of these more virtual spaces like that VR lobby. That VR lobby game. So I'm not gonna be surprised if these big sneaker companies try to invade these spaces by selling if you could buy a virtual pair of Travis Scott 4s for $5 and have your avatar wear them, you'd be like, maybe,
Well, yeah, it's sort of like
that's where I think it's going as far as this AR Gucci thing. I think that's the next step is figuring out how to market this stuff into our video games.
Well, they've kind of already been doing it, right? So there's the Fortnite. You could wear the Jordan 1s in Fortnite, right?
Oh, you could?
Yeah, they had that whole release. You might have been not on the podcast yet, but there was a whole thing. I was trying to explain to Lawrence that if they keep doing these things where I think it was the Spider-Man ones you could wear in Fortnite, but I was trying to tell Lawrence they can pick and choose which Jordan to put in there and drive hype. The hype machine thing. I was trying to tell him that. He was going, "Fuck you, you're stupid, and I hate you." And I was like, "That's fair." But
that's every week, though.
Yeah, it's sort of getting simified. Yeah, so you could wear the Spider-Man Jordans in Fortnite.
No, those aren't Spider-Man Jordans. Those are mids, bro.
Get that off my screen, then.
Look at that. That's a mid, baby. I know my mids, man.
That is a mid. I guess. I don't know.
That's a mid. We're changing the culture through Fortnite.
So there's the GOAT thing. There was all right, so going back to the NFTs too. Sorry, we're kind of hopping around here. All right, so if that's the case, right, they're going to start selling things virtually because we've already had it in these instances. Even my Xbox avatar, I can make it look like he's wearing Jordans.
Your 2K avatar is the first place. I think that's the first place it's already happened.
In Splatoon, you could buy Yeezy looking ones. In the Sims, there were even going farther as back. I think they were one of the first to sort of make it look like you could have a thing. You know what I mean?
But now it's now these brands are starting to move into the video game space. Look at what happened with Miles Morales in the Spider-Man game. They took away his origin stories. They took away the Jordan 1s and they gave him Adidas top 10s, right? Yeah. Because Marvel has a contract with Adidas, right? But that stuff that's where we're seeing it move, kind of, where we're going to be seeing these big brands start to invade kind of the digital space much more.
It's just interesting because there's going to be value towards it, of course. But all right, so if it is something in this digital space, how much is it going to cost for my avatar to do whatever if that's the way it moves, right? But also there's so many things about a sneaker that you can sort of separate and make it its own thing. Like, so the design flats, when you cut open the shoe, you flatten all the panels out, right? You have all those flats. You can buy that.
I call that skinning a sneaker.
So if you skin a sneaker, right, you are essentially like doing a loose architecture flat of the shoe.
Okay.
You could put that up as an NFT, right?
Ooh.
But my confusion is who owns that?
And what do they own?
And what? Yeah. So that's my main thing with this NFT shit, where it's like, I'm like, you could break apart everything and sell it separately, sort of like how you like you tear down a car, rip apart a car and sell its parts. Or is it something that like each sneaker now becomes its own? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think it's a very complicated system that's being developed as we go.
We're not big brain enough, guys. If you have any big brain thoughts that you want to share with us in the Discord, jump in, guys. The link's going to be in the description of this.
Someone posted one of the NFTs that they're selling in our Discord, and he's getting like good money for it right now.
He's getting good money for it right now. And we wish him the best with it. I'm not going to buy it because I can't afford it.
How many faces are confused? Like, how many people are like, what the fuck did he just talk about?
I know you did a very poor job explaining it.
Oh, I'm going to be on next week. I'm doing Bobby Kelly and Mike Calta's podcast. Just a quick plug. So be on the look for that. My my episode with Haas is going to be up soon eventually, but everyone's saying yours is the GOAT.
Mine's the GOAT, baby. Listen to that shit. It's mad fun.
I think that's it. Oh, no. You want to talk about those Margiela?
The loaf breads one?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, there's not really much to talk about them. They look like bread, but I'm here for it, bro.
So Margiela made bread loafers, not black and red.
I looked up black and red. It's literally bread shoes.
So this is my thing with luxury brands or high end whatever. Like, are they laughing at us or are they laughing with us?
I mean, they're laughing at us if we buy it.
Are they though?
I think they're laughing at each other.
But this is what I'm saying though. Are they laughing at us or with us? Because these are flames, but also
with us 100%.
But also no one's wearing or buying those.
People are buying those and they're going to have a good laugh about it.
For 113.
Yeah.
But think about what I'm saying though. Margiela sneakers at $113 are not Margiela sneakers. You understand what I'm saying? Like Margiela would never sell shoes for $113. So that's why I'm kind of like, so are you laughing at us or with us? Because that's actually in a range where it's like someone would buy that.
Yeah, they're laughing with us, man. They're giving it to a lower price. Just like, oh, you want to get in on this action? Jump in. You want to jump in with Maison, bro? And Tommy, who's this Tommy Cash character? That guy seems like somebody I want to hang out with. Anybody who makes this, genius.
Margiela breads.
Also selling a pack of $12 ramen as part of the collaboration.
That's so much. $12 for ramen? That seems like Margiela pricing.
That's Margiela pricing, baby.
Not the shoe itself.
Yeah, man.
Damn, high-end ramen though? Fuck.
Everybody says, "Oh, yeah, you can eat this, huh?"
Yeah, that's for real, dog.
I thought it was like an art piece on ramen.
It is though. It's supposed to be anyway. Oh, we also didn't talk about fucking LeBron owning part of the Red Sox now.
Boo. Boo.
That's just an interesting move in general.
I mean, yeah, he's preserving his cash flow, I guess.
No, he's preserving the Red Sox. I wish I had a LeBron accent because I could just try to do the Boston LeBron accent, but I'll have to work on that.
You can't do either accent.
I don't have a Boston accent, and I definitely cannot imitate LeBron. So
can't do either.
No, I mean, look, if we start getting some Boston colorways though, and some LeBrons,
all right. I won't laugh. I promise.
I'm fucking probably gonna buy one. If I could get a B on a LeBron, come on, dog. Some socks on some LeBrons, and then you wear the red socks with the fucking Boston Red Sox LeBrons.
I hate you. I hate it. I hate it.
Shut up. You guys just got Blake Griffin, so like leave us alone.
Who's this we? Who's this we?
Fucking New York.
I'm a New Yorker. I'm not from Brooklyn. I'm a New Yorker. All right. I'm from Queens. We support the Knicks. We're miserable. We like being miserable.
You low key love the Nets.
I don't. I've never watched a game of the Nets.
Look, just because they started in Jersey doesn't mean you couldn't get back on.
I didn't get on.
Jay-Z circling back. Look at that full circle. Jay-Z brought that to you. He gave that to you because you needed it.
I don't need it.
You needed it.
The Knicks are doing great right now.
Are they?
A better record than the Celtics.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Do they have it better than the Nets?
No, nobody has a better record than the Nets. How do you beat the Nets? They got fucking 6 All-Stars. Of course they're the best.
How do they have 6? Who are the 2 I'm not thinking of? You have KD, you have Harden, you have Kyrie, then you have Blake Griffin.
Spencer Dinwiddie?
Who is that?
He's still on the team?
Hey, get him out of here. He's done.
Is he?
I don't
Is he
know.
on the team? Well, yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie is a good player. All right,
I'm not saying he's not, but he's not one of the guys I just said. Oh, he tore his ACL according to me.
ACL according to Meanie. There he is.
Yeah.
There he is. I just wanted to check if he was awake.
he hasn't played this season, also according to Meanie.
Okay. So, boom, 5th All-Star right there.
He's out. Okay, what else? Who's the 6th?
Who's their coach? Jason Kidd?
He's not coaching them.
Who's coaching them? Steve
Nash.
Boom, All-Star right there. See, proves that I don't watch the Nets.
Although Jason Kidd was a GOAT coach. Now we're just kind of rambling. I think we can get out of here.
We're done.
Yeah, okay. So, all right, just to dismount here, guys. Appreciate you if you got all the way through this. Appreciate you.
It was a good episode.
I'm joking around, you fucking chooch.
It was a good episode.
We're working on new merch. I don't want you guys to think that that's not coming.
Yeah, just because we're just gonna rebrand and not put out new merch. What do you think we are?
It's gonna be fire. Don't you worry about it.
Flames.
Yes.
Maybe I said too much. Huh? Do they got a collab with Travis coming out?
Well, either way, look, I'm not afraid to put anyone's logo on anything, so I'll fucking make that shit. I'll fucking put Travis logos. I'll put every Travis logo, collab logo on a tee.
We'll just do a SupFM spin on it.
Yeah, fucking, I'm gonna do a spindrift fucking collab. What are other things that we want and don't have?
Kombucha.
We'll do a Chad Muska fucking collab.
Chad, come on our podcast for 420.
Chad, come on SupFM.
Word. All right. You can follow us at SupPodcast NYC on all social media platforms. You can follow me at Trevezus, Troveezus. You can find Lawrence at LZD325. He has a new podcast called I Hate My Job. Check that. I Hate This Job.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out on all social media platforms as well. Chris, where can they find you?
You can find me at Not That Cheney, CHENEY. And like Luke said, and like we said before, join the Discord. If you need a link, it's going to be in the description of this. It's also going to be in the link tree on our Instagram, which also, if you go to our Instagram, there's a phone number, there's an email. You can email us, you can call us, leave us a message. And I believe that is it.
We got a YouTube channel. Check out the YouTube channel. I keep putting up the video for you every week and you don't watch them. All right. You tell me every week you want new videos. I give you new videos. You don't watch them. Watch the videos.
No. And, there hasn't been any talks yet of Sold Out Tuesday coming back, but the venue that we had it on has had it in is a soft opening this weekend. I'm going to talk to the guy. I'm going to see. I don't know. I gotta put out some feelers, but I'm just saying, if you guys want to see us do stand up, I only did one set last year. How many did you do?
After COVID, 2.
During the pandemic, I only did one stand up set.
2 times. That's it.
You did 2. Lawrence, fortunately was got some hosting gigs at the stand and stuff. So he's been around. I'm sure he's still sharp, but look, it might be coming. So just be aware of that. And I guess that's it, guys. We'll talk to you next week and have a good week.
Peace. Bye. This has been another French Guy episode. It's me from the Bordeaux region. Thanks for listening.
Sup, podcast. FM.
SupFM.
Sup.